Hey guys, welcome to our very first On the Chopping Block movie review for Jovial Entertainment, a place where we're going to be reviewing new release films weekly or fortnightly, and also we're going to be doing retrospective reviews from old classics, from Blu-ray, DVD, VHS if we can get our hands on them, Scott.
Even Laserdisc. Not
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc, we don't have a player for that.
No, wouldn't be our phone. My name's Tom Ashley,
I'm Scott Doerr.
and we're going to be your hosts for this evening. And today we're going to be
Reviewing Spectre.
Spectre
Gadget.
Gadget.
No, James Bond.
Yeah.
Spectre.
James Bond! Woo! Oh! Spectre is directed by Sam Mendes.
Stars Daniel Craig and Léa Seydoux.
Christoph Waltz, one of my favourites, and also Monica Bellucci.
Bellucci.
For 5 minutes. Spectre takes place straight after Skyfall with James Bond in MI6. Yeah, it seems like MI6 is kind of shutting down, like the whole idea of a spy agency that's out there in the world, and you got agents and there's cloak and dagger kind of business. It's kind of like dying down, and they're making way for new technology to come in and kind of help, what's the term?
Spy on people.
Spy on people, that's it. Yeah, using emails and telephone calls and web cameras and traffic cameras and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, similar to the Five Eyes thing in New Zealand, except they call it Nine Eyes.
Yeah, Nine Eyes.
Is that actually a thing in Britain? I don't know if that's a legit
Is there a thing called Cat's Nine Eyes?
Something like that.
Cat's Eyes? Oh no, Cat's Eyes are those little shells you find on the beach.
Starts off with a great one take, what do you call that, a long shot?
Yeah, like one long steady cam shot that is difficult because you're watching the shot and it's really beautiful and it's going through the crowd and it's during the Day of the Dead, which is in Mexico, and it's a steady long shot, and it's kind of, you've always got to remind yourself that it's like one shot. It's like sometimes I forget that it keeps going, and it's really masterfully done. Like, it's pretty good.
It goes over several levels, which is pretty cool, like upstairs and then out and onto the rooftops and everything, and then through to the final bit.
He just gets thrown into this world of disarray. He kind of leaves MI6, and he's kind of like a lone wolf in this movie. It's like you're kind of with James Bond the whole time.
I like they gave Q stuff to do in this movie.
Yeah,
as well,
Q's way,
because he's like a sort of guy on the inside of MI6 as all this other stuff. Is like, what are they doing? They're closing down the 00 program.
Yeah, closing down the 00 program.
My biggest flaw with the movie is probably the writing. There's some dialogue in it that's just terrible and does not match the caliber of the actors that are in this film. Like, a lot of Christoph Waltz's lines are a bit meh.
Yeah.
It's just, you're watching it and you're thinking, I've seen him in other movies do so well with what he's doing, and in this it just didn't seem as overwhelming. It was very underwhelming.
My biggest issue with it was the 3-act structure it's got. The first act's kind of cool because it kind of jumps into the Mexico scene and there's kind of the setup, and Bond's kind of out there as a lone wolf. And then we get to the second act, which is kind of all investigation and kind of journey, and he goes to all these Austria and he goes to all these places, and it was a bit of a bore fest. It was a bit of a snooze during the second act, and I wasn't totally engaged, and they kept moving around. I was like, cool, just kind of waiting for the next action scene. But the third act, I was kind of on the edge of my seat the whole time because it's where things kicked off, and shit was hitting the fan, and with Christopher Waltz's character, I kind of had an idea from watching the trailer where they were kind of going to with him, and I didn't think it was going to do it, but then
He wasn't in it enough.
No,
They had that first scene with him, which is great. That was a really good scene.
where he's like in the shadows and stuff.
And they're around the table.
And he just looks at him. He's kind of like, "Hey, James."
That bit was great, and then you don't see him for another 45 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like James running around trying to. I see what you mean by that second act was.
Yeah.
They kept with all the James Bond sort of cliches quite well.
Yeah.
They played on the martini thing.
Yeah. Well, because
a good one in there.
You've got Casino Royale, where he's like kind of a martini. He's like, which like a shaking lock setting. He's like, not like a give a damn.
Yeah.
He kind of threw all the James Bond cliches out then, and now they've kind of brought them all back in again.
Yeah, this felt a lot more like a Pierce Brosnan James Bond than the Daniel Craig ones. Like real golden Irish, because it was more fun, a lot campier.
Yeah. One thing I really disliked about this film was the Sam Smith opening
animation.
I don't know, like I hadn't listened to it previously going into the movie, and when I was like, here we go, I love these James Bond opening sequences, you know, with the animation and the girls and it's great in the music, and it kind of came on and it was just a bit lackluster. It didn't have that punch that like You Know My Name, like Chris Cornell had in like Casino Royale. Skyfall was like amazing.
This movie did suffer from coming off the back of Skyfall, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't too terrible, but it was quite bad.
At least we had the same director. Like it was, at least they had like Sam Mendes kind of helmed it relatively
different cinematographer, which you'll notice if you're a Roger Deakins fan like me.
Yeah.
Not having Roger Deakins there was, you can tell it just looks not quite.
Every shot in Skyfall was like this beautiful handcrafted painting frame, and this one it's still nicely shot. Like it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a sequence on a train where it just kind of breaks out into a fight sequence, which honestly took me by surprise. It was awesome. I was real in with that. That was really rad.
The all-male orgy was a bit out of place.
Was that during the second act when I fell asleep?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Overall, I thought it was pretty good, except for some major flaws, but still within the James Bond realm. It's not the worst James Bond film by far, but it's definitely far from the best. It's fun. I always felt it was aimed more for younger people in a lot of ways. It was quite a easy to follow story.
Yeah.
Compared to like Skyfall and Casino Royale.
Yeah, it was very like set up for you. They kind of
dumbed it down a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't require much audience thinking really. It kind of they do guide you through it.
It was a pretty dumbed down for a James Bond film, but it was good and it was fun.
One thing I did kind of like, and because you got Casino Royale and Quantum and Skyfall, they're kind of all their own stories, but they're still intertwined. They've all got that like the overarching main story, where every other James Bond film was like separate. They all had their separate things. And what was nice about Spectre as like a kind of good like kind of sum up was like it still was entangled into events that happened in Casino Royale, and then Dominic Green and like Quantum and like Judi Dench and stuff and Skyfall M, and so that he kind of brought in because the bad guy is kind of like, you know, even in the trailer he kind of mentions that, you know, he's been there all along, so it kind of ties all these movies and nicely together as a finished package.
Did you notice that they kept kind of avoiding talking about Quantum of Solace?
Yeah. They totally did.
Sort of brushed over that. They talked about the other bad guys. Yeah. And then, like, even there's that hallway scene where he's looking at the pictures on the wall. There's no mention of Quantum of Solace.
There's that Dominic Green character sitting there.
So I will probably rank it a solid 5, right in the middle.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Scott said. It's very, it was kind of fun, had its spy tropes, it was James Bond, kind of the action, the baddie, and there was, you know, some sweet, you know, cinematography, and the editing could have been increased, especially better in that second act. Anyway, rant aside, I'm going to give this film I think I'm going to be slightly bit more generous because I'm a sucker for these kind of films. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
7?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for James Bond. Even though, again, it was
very James Bond-esque, so I can see if you're a James Bond fan. Yeah. James Bond fans love this.
Yeah, totally.
General movie people might not see it the same way.
No. And again, it's hard, like, Skyfall was a big expectation, you know, a big movie, and majority of people seem to like it. It's really hard to follow on something like that. Like, the same with Casino Royale was just, like, fantastic. And then you've got Quantum, which everyone was like... Hey, so thank you so much for joining us in our very first On the Chopping Block movie review. We had a really great time. Hope you guys enjoyed watching as well. Please
follow us.
Follow us home?
Yep. Follow us home.
Address is right here at the bottom of the screen. Please come and donate. So yeah, if you really like, please subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing more and more movie reviews. Scott.
Lots. Heaps to come.
Heaps to come.